A little while back, I did a video on if you have sciatica and maybe a piriformis problem that's causing that sciatica. So a lot of people have tight piriformis muscles and they get on a foam roller and they try to get that piriformis muscle loosened up. And the reason it never really takes, or it doesn't take long term, is because they have another weak muscle that is contributing to the piriformis overworking, and therefore they never really get that piriformis to loosen up because it's trying to compensate for a weak or underactive muscle. So I'm going to show you an exercise that almost anybody can do to help activate that muscle that is usually very underactive. And because we sit all day, we're sedentary now in our lifestyles, and that is the gluteus medius muscle, or the glute med. So I'm going to show you a simple exercise you can do to activate and strengthen your glute med muscle, and therefore potentially loosen up that piriformis muscle. You're going to lie on your side, and you're going to try to be straight from your shoulder to your hip to your knee, and then your ankles are going to be behind you. So my knees are bent. You can see it, but my knees are bent 90 degrees, but I am straight from my shoulder to my hip to my knee. And then what I'm going to do is open up my leg, squeezing up high back here, not down on my glutes down here, up high. So we're going to squeeze, open up your leg and squeeze that gluteus medius muscle, right? You're going to do that on both sides. Some people are going to do this and they're going to wake up the next day and they're going to think that they have a hip problem. You don't have a hip problem. You just have an underactive glute, and you made that muscle work harder than you have in a while. But I've had a lot of patients who've done that exercise in our office and called up the next day and said, "You hurt my hip by doing that exercise." And they gave it a couple of days, and of course the pain went away. But they're using that muscle for the first time in a long time because it's become completely underactive. Anyway, if you have a piriformis problem and that muscle's tight, or you have a sciatic issue, doing glute med exercise is a great way to start activating that glute med and taking some of the workload off of that piriformis muscle, which it's not designed to do. So anyway, hope you found that helpful. I'm Dr. Dave Morris at Magnolia Medical Center here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Have a great day.